Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, my dear students. I am Mr. Tamir, your teacher of chemistry. We will talk about types of the bonds. This chapter is talking about types of bonds, what is meant by bond, what are the types of bonds, why atoms tend to form bonds. We will talk about, firstly, types of bonds. We have said that bonds are chemical bonds or physical bonds. Chemical bonds are three types. We have studied ionic bond, very good, and covalent bond and coordination bond. We have said that ionic bonds formed by gaining or losing electrons between metal and non-metal, and covalent bonds formed by sharing between electrons, sharing between atoms by electrons. One atom shared with one electron and the other atom shared with one electron, equally or unequally. Equally, like in pure covalent bonds, like H and H, Cl and Cl, and so on. Unequally, like different types of bonds, like H and Cl, and so on. Coordination bonds are a type of covalent bond, but sharing in coordination bond differs from sharing in covalent bond. Covalent bond sharing one atom shared with one electron and the other atom shared with one electron. But in coordination bond, sharing from one atom and the other shared by effort. We may say like two persons want to share with each other, one with effort and the other with money. Money here is the electron. The electrons from one atom and the other not shared by any electron. Not by any electron. The two electrons, the origin of two electrons is from only one atom. What is the physical bond? Physical bond are two types, hydrogen bond and metallic bond. What is the difference between hydrogen bond and metallic bond? We'll study this in this lesson. Attraction force in chemical bonds is by electrons. This is the main difference between chemical and physical bonds. While physical bonds, attraction force not by electrons. We'll study now hydrogen and metallic. We have studied ionic, covalent, coordination, chemical bonds, all chemical bonds, we have studied them. But now I will concentrate or focus on hydrogen and metallic bonds. Hydrogen bond. We have studied hydrogen bond in prep stage. In prep stage, this is a famous question. Give reason, the high boiling point of water. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees. Or another form of this question is boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, but of hydrogen sulfide is minus 61 degrees Celsius. However, oxygen and sulfur are located in group 6 in the periodic table. Another form of this question is molecular weight of water is 18 gram per mole, but of hydrogen sulfide is 34 gram per mole, and this is molecular weight of hydrogen sulfide is more than molecular weight of water, although the boiling point of water is higher than boiling point of hydrogen sulfide due to the formation of hydrogen bond in water and absence of hydrogen bond in hydrogen sulfide. We have answered this question more than one time in prep stage, but we want to understand what is meant by hydrogen bond, how hydrogen bond is formed in molecules. I will make you understand this. Electronegativity of oxygen 30.5. Electronegativity of hydrogen 2.1. 2.1. The difference is very high between the two electronegativities of these atoms, oxygen and hydrogen. So, water is polar. This polarity makes bonds which is called hydrogen bond. Oxygen atom carries partial negative charge while the two hydrogen atoms carry a partial positive charge, not a complete positive charge or not a complete negative charge like in ions, like in ionic bonds, but it's partial, part of charge, part of negative charge, part of positive charge in hydrogen, and part of negative charge in oxygen. This polarity makes like two magnets are attracted to each other. This is in molecules. I will show you this. Let's show this hydrogen bond in water. This is water. Water, O bond H and O bond H. O in the center, bonded with H in the right and H in the left. This I will show you. I will show you what is meant by partial negative and partial positive. Partial positive because this oxygen will pull the electrons of this bond towards itself, and will attract or pull these electrons of this bond, towards itself. So, water will be polar because electrons will be on oxygen more time than hydrogen. Electrons of the bond will spend more time in oxygen of water than hydrogen in water. So oxygen will be negative and hydrogen will be positive. Partial positive and partial negative charge. This polarity makes what is called hydrogen bond. I will show you this. This is water, polar molecule of water and polar molecule of water, and another polar molecule of water. What is hydrogen bond? Why hydrogen bond formed between molecules? Notice that hydrogen bond is between molecules, intermolecular bond, not between atoms. This is not hydrogen bond. This is not hydrogen bond on the right. This molecule, this is not hydrogen bond and this is not hydrogen bond, but it's called covalent bond. Very good. This is not hydrogen bond because it is between atoms, not between molecules. Hydrogen bond between this molecule and this molecule of water, this molecule and this molecule, this molecule and this molecule, and so on. Let's take a look on the hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond, this is partial negative. Oxygen here is or has a partial negative charge, and hydrogen has a partial positive charge. They will be attracted like a magnet. This is called hydrogen bond between two molecules, one molecule and another molecule. And this oxygen has a partial negative. This hydrogen has a partial positive. They will be attracted by hydrogen bond like two magnets with each other. This is positive, has positive charge, has partial positive charge, and this is positive charge. They will not be attracted. This is not hydrogen bond between hydrogen and hydrogen, but it's between hydrogen and oxygen, like this. Very good. Hydrogen bond between hydrogen here and hydrogen here, this is not hydrogen bond. This is not called hydrogen bond because this is not hydrogen bond. And between hydrogen here and hydrogen here, because they are similar in charge, positive and positive. They will not attract to each other. But hydrogen bond will be between this oxygen and this hydrogen. Very good, excellent. This is four hydrogen bonds between water molecules. What is meant by hydrogen bond? Hydrogen bond, it means that hydrogen between two high electronegative atoms. Hydrogen here, between oxygen here and oxygen here. And hydrogen here, between oxygen here and oxygen here. This is called hydrogen bond. I will define this by the following definition. Bond formed between hydrogen atom binds by polar bonds like NH or HF with high electronegative bonded atom like NOF. NH with N or OH with N or HF with N. Two high electronegative atoms, or NH with O, OH with O, HF with O, and so on. NH with F, NH, OH with F, HF with F. This is called hydrogen bond. It means that hydrogen is a bridge between two molecules of water. It's a bridge between two molecules of water, or is between two high electronegative atoms. Write for hydrogen bond, or write hydrogen bond between four molecules of water. This is a question may come in the exam. This is application of hydrogen bond. Who am I from bonds? It is called between molecules. Here, this bond, this yellow bond, this yellow bond, this yellow bond, this is one molecule, this is one molecule, this is another molecule, another molecule. So it is called a hydrogen bond. Very good, excellent, because it is between molecules. This figure shows that water molecules, and between them is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond, this is dotted line, it's called hydrogen bond. Very good. Give reason. The high boiling point of water, you have understood, you have understand that in this. I will show you the high boiling point of water because of the high energy or the heat energy is used up in dissociating the hydrogen bonds between water molecules. Water molecules, between them are hydrogen bonds. And I need energy to break or to dissociate these hydrogen bonds between water molecules, and this energy is called heat. So the boiling point will be higher. Note that hydrogen bond is longer and weaker than covalent bond. Longer and weaker than covalent bond. And hydrogen bond is between molecules, not between atoms. This is two notes. You should put them in your brain. The first note that hydrogen bond is longer and weaker than covalent bond. The second note that the hydrogen bond is between molecules, not between atoms. Forms of hydrogen bond. There are three forms of hydrogen bond: closed ring, straight chain, and open net. Closed ring and straight chain in hydrogen fluoride, like this. Closed ring, but closed, like this. FH, 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 between them, or HF, 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 between them, hydrogen bond. This dotted line is called hydrogen bond. It's closed ring. Or hydrogen fluoride may be in a straight chain, not a ring, like this. Very good. Straight chain, it's called straight chain. Open net, like in water, and we have drawn this in the last slide. This is called hydrogen bond between molecules of water. This is a question. From the compounds which don't form hydrogen bonds, water, hydrogen fluoride, ammonia, or methane, I want you to answer this by yourself. If you are right, you will be very good, excellent. If you are wrong, you will be, or I will be angry, not you. I will be angry because you didn't understand. Arrange the following according to boiling point. It is another question, and it may come in the exam. Water, ammonia, hydrogen fluoride. Boiling point means boiling point will be higher when the polarity is higher, so the hydrogen bond will be more strong. Hydrogen bond polarity is higher. Hydrogen bond is higher because of negative will be higher and positive will be higher, partial negative and partial positive, and they will be attracted more by hydrogen bond, by more strong hydrogen bond. Stronger hydrogen bond means high boiling point, higher boiling point. So, water, ammonia, hydrogen fluoride more than its boiling point more than water, its boiling point more than ammonia. Because H here has 2.1 in electronegativity. Electronegativity of H is 2.1. And H here 2.1, H here 2.1. I want to calculate the difference. So I will calculate if its electronegativity is 4. So 4 minus 2.1. It will be higher than 3.5 of oxygen minus 2.1 of hydrogen. Higher than the difference between 3.5, 2.1 will be higher than the difference between 3 electronegativity of nitrogen and H 2.1. 2.1 electronegativity of H is 2.1. So when the difference of electronegativity or in electronegativity is more, the boiling point will be higher. This is the summary of this question. Observation strength. It is not called hydrogen bond or covalent bond or ionic bond, but it's called metallic bond. What is your observation on this video? I will show you the other videos of bonds like this. Covalent bond, sharing between two atoms. Ionic bond, one gains and the other lost. And metallic bond, one type of atoms. Not two types like here, not two types like here. This is my observation. That metallic bond is formed by one type of atoms like this. What is responsible for forming hydrogen bonds? For metallic bonds? Metallic bonds, any metal has positive ions like this and negative electrons, negative free electrons like this. Electrons have negative charge and ions have positive charge like this. Here, electrons are responsible for bonds. Electrons are responsible for these bonds. Clouds of electrons will be like a glue between two ions or two atoms of metal. Like a glue, they will be attracted to each other like by these negative electrons. Positive ion, positive ion, positive ion, positive ion, positive ion, positive ion, and so on, will be attracted with each other by a glue. Like this electrons is called a glue, may be called a glue, but actually it is electrons. Electrons, negative between two positive, will be attracted with each other. Metallic bond. Cloud of electrons is responsible for metallic bond. Clouds of electrons. They will attract positive ions with each other of the metal. What is meant by metallic bond? Metallic bond, the bond produced from the electron cloud of valence electrons. Notice that valence electrons only, which decreases the repulsive forces between the positive metal ions and the crystal lattice. So, what is responsible for metallic bond? Clouds of electrons, of valence electrons. Properties of metals, we have studied this. They are malleable and ductile. They have shiny appearance and so on. They are malleable and ductile. I can make wires. I can hammer them like this, and this is the process of hammering of metals. They will bend. They will be bent. This is very good. Pieces of gold. I want to have this, and you. I think this is gold. Will be like this. I will form rings from these pieces of gold. Give reason. This is a question in the exam. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. What is responsible for conductivity of heat and electricity of metals? We have said very good, valence electrons. Due to presence of free valence electrons, they are free, so they will move in the wire. So they will conduct heat and electricity in the wire. They will move. They are free valence electrons. Give reason. Aluminum has higher hardness and melting point than sodium and magnesium. Aluminum has the electronic configuration of 283. The valence electrons are 3. And sodium 281. Valence electrons are 1. Magnesium 282. The valence electrons are 2. So aluminum has 3 valence electrons, more free electrons than sodium and magnesium. So its hardness will be higher and melting point will be higher because of the presence of 3 valence electrons, which will form a stronger metallic bond. Very good, because the metallic bond increases by increasing the number of valence electrons. I hope this lesson is very good to you, and I hope to meet you in another lesson. Thank you for watching my